managers and change agents who are ready to lead with purpose. I don't know if my mic was on, but I'll come back again and I'll say, hey, y'all, it's me, your favorite pimp, Ty. Um, so, welcome back to another session of Project Pimping. And this is where we shift your mind from checking boxes to being a bold change maker. Okay. So, if you've been joining me for the past couple of weeks, we've been walking through my Ask If framework, ASKIF framework, which is a leadership model designed for project managers, project leaders, and change agents who are ready to lead with purpose. So far, we have talked about the A, which is aligned with an intentional network, right? Your network is your net worth. How your network is your launch pad. So you can't connect with everyone. You can't be everyone's best friend. It's best to be strategic about who you network with and make sure you do it on purpose, right? And then we also talked about S. That's the seek knowledge and mentorship, right? We tackle the truth and knowledge isn't power if you don't use it. Truth and knowledge aren't power if you don't use it. It's all about applying what you learn and not hiding behind more research. So this week we're going to keep it moving and we're going to tackle the I, right? Um, and the impact over ego. Next week we'll talk about the K. We'll talk about keeping it moving from fear and things like that. But this week I wanted to jump over to the I and talk about the impact over ego, right? So just to get started, box checking versus bold leadership, right? Some of us are in the space where we just checking boxes just to get it done. We just want to do our jobs and we want to go home, but we're not actually making a difference. Being busy isn't the same as being impactful. So write that down on your little sticky notes. I keep my sticky notes beside me. Um, Write it down. Being busy isn't the same as being impactful. You have to be a bold leader. You have to show up every day and wanting to be better and do better. So my husband, shout out to John. Hey baby. He always tells me that you have to show up dressed in the suit that you want for your next job. So I think he used to be a director over the PMO at his last job, and he used to always show up in his suit, and people used to always ask him why he was wearing a suit every day. And he told them it was because I'm not dressing for the job that I'm doing right now. I'm dressing for the job that I want later on in life. So that has always stuck with me. So make sure that you are showing up and doing more, even though it might be hard. Don't always just check the boxes. All right. So the next one, number two, your ego is comfortable, but your growth is not. So many people get caught up in ego. Your ego says, I already know that. I'm good. But your impact should say to you, right? Your little conscience over your shoulder, how can I get better? So it's letting go of the need to be the smartest person in the room and making space for the smartest ideals to lead the way. So we can't always show up as the smartest person in the room. If you are the smartest person in the room, it's time for you to move into a different room. Okay. You can't remain the smartest person in the room. If you are, or you feel that way, then it's time for you to move to another room where you are challenged and you are pushed outside of your norm. Okay. Nothing wrong with it. All right. Last but not least, check yourself before you wreck your project. Y'all, I know that song, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck your project. Are you hoarding tasks that you think only you can do right? Check yourself before you wreck your project. Are you rejecting feedback before fully listening? Check yourself before you wreck your project. Are you trying to prove yourself or improve your project? Check yourself before you wreck your project, y'all. So you cannot know it all, you cannot be it all. If you are a project leader, right, we know that we have to lead the people and let them go out and perform the task. We cannot do everything. Our job is to make sure that we are taking care of any roadblocks, any encumbrances on our project, anything that keeps our project from going off track. Make sure that we're keeping up with that project schedule, make sure that we're keeping up with that cost management plan. That's our job, is to make sure that we are following that methodology and that framework for project management. But we cannot do it all ourselves. We are to trust and empower our teams to do better. Okay. So, just really quickly, I have been on a few projects where people were wrecking the project because they were not allowing others to be great. It is not the greatest feeling in the world, and the project will get off task. It will be thrown away if you cannot allow people to do what they are put there to do. All right. So, just as a closing thought, because I don't stay up here very long, leadership is not about control, y'all. It's about the impact that we can make, not only within our teams, but within our organization as a whole, within the world, within the nation, right? It's about that impact that we can make. I feel like if I can build a toolkit and I present it to 5 to 10 people, if those 5 to 10 people can take it and spread that toolkit around, disseminate that information, think of the difference that I'm making in the world. I may not make it directly, but it's the tools that I have created, the processes that I have created that will continue to impact the world for many years to come, right? You don't have to be loud to lead. You have to be clear, you have to be humble, and you have to be committed to growing yourself, right? So it's all about asking, right? Always seeking knowledge. Make sure that you are committed to growing yourself, because when you grow yourself, you will ultimately inspire others to do the same. So next week, we'll keep it moving. And we'll, like I said, we'll go back to the K, where we talk about keeping it moving even when you are afraid, because bold leaders, they take action even when it's uncomfortable. Every time I get up here, I'm a little bit uncomfortable, and I swear the tech issues always try to mess me up. All right, y'all. So I'm going to close out. If you found any impact in this small message for today, drop me a little fire emoji. Don't forget about the Impact Collective. I am reworking some things. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, the rebrand will come out, and I will be able to present it to more people. All right. And if you want to continue on this leadership journey with me, join me back here next week. I think next week we'll go live at 10 a.m. This week I had a small doctor's appointment that I had to make it to, and I'm just getting back at the house. So I will see you all next week from your favorite pimp, Ty. Peace.